Minister-designate for Health, Kwabena Mintah Akandoh, and then the Minister of Foreign Affairs, which is Okudzeto Ablakwa. And during the vetting, and after the parliamentary proceedings for the vetting, there was something that I kind of say a banter. And everybody calls so, and so quite a carry calls protest because of a confinement to buy. At the point, microphones were destroyed. At the point, tables were destroyed. People that are supposed to manage public resources, people that are supposed to make sure that public resources are in safe hands, and then they are used for their specific reasons. And they were destroying microphones and cables. Very pathetic. And then the code of conduct. I would draft the 4th day of July 2013. On the 4th of July 2013, earlier or previous members of parliament and a draft a code to guide their the way they deliver or guide how they live, not in their private life, but as they discharge public duties. So, there is a common characteristic running through the codes or the principles, and that is what? It lays emphasis on the principles that members of parliament must at all times conduct themselves in a manner that will tend to maintain and strengthen the public's trust and confidence in the integrity of parliament, and never undertake any action which would bring parliament and its members into disrepute. Members of parliament, again, you go say, everybody can the house or the position that they hold. You understand? In this parliament, every public, I lose confidence in them, I lose trust in them. Yesterday, I think that by now, most people have lost trust in these people. These people that are supposed to make laws. These people that are supposed to understand the laws, understand the constitution, know the conducts, know the rules and everything. And now, with all the professions, with all the formalities, I know what did they do, and I'm talking. You understand? But there is a certain code that guided these people, the members of parliament, to live by certain standards, to live by certain principles, to live by a certain guidance in their public discharge of what? Duties. Now, when you look at the nullance principle, which has been revised, and that is where the code of conduct was taken from. Selflessness, integrity, honesty, leadership, openness, accountability. These are the things that we are supposed to live by. So the purpose of what the code is was to establish a certain standard, and I've already mentioned standards that they are to what? Live by, or in discharging their public duties. They have a certain standards to And that is what the public, the masses, every Ghanaian is looking at. So as a member of parliament, I'm supposed to see you in a certain way when you are discharging your public duties, not your private life, not in your home. In your home, I do not care how you live your life. But in as much as you are within the public domain, you are discharging public duties, governmental duties. You are supposed to conduct yourself in a way that will meet the code of conduct. As simple as that. And then you are parliamentarians make here and say, I mean, some of them, excuse me to say, are just, they do not deserve to be there in the first place. The scope of the code, no, say, the members of parliament, no, whatever they are doing, this code of conduct, no, is not to restrict them. It is not about your private life. It is about how you discharge your public duties. Or public duties are about discharging, and no, and there are certain standards that you have to meet. So it is never about your private life. That is something that we should take note. It is never about your private life. Never about your private life. It is about in discharging your public duties. Now, when you go to the code 4.8, you have the use of public resources, and I've mentioned it now. The use of public resources, you know, it was downplayed because microphones that are supposed to be used to talk, the kasa boom now carry information, you know, in the tables, it was very pathetic. Now, honor and dignity of parliament and parliamentarian. We are a person who or say a member of parliament shall conduct himself or herself in a manner that reflects creditably on the dignity of the house, and not to conduct him or herself in a manner which could reasonably be regarded as what, bringing his or her position or house into disrepute. So anything that you do that brings your position into disrepute is what? Is wrong. Opposition and I said, Jinabia you are what? You are bringing the parliament house or even the position you are holding, whether as a minister-designate or even if you are a minister, you are bringing the house into what? Disrepute. That is, you are disgracing the name and the integrity of the house. And that is something they did yesterday. So I believe by now, the Standard Ethics Committee have in any way informed these people or called these people to notice. Because upholding the code, which is 5.0, upholding the code 5.0, it says what? The application of this code shall be a matter for the House, and particularly for the Committee on Standards Ethics Committee. The committee may investigate a specific matter relating to a member's adherence or otherwise. So if a member adheres to the code or otherwise, which is if they do not, there have to be an investigation. And the investigation must be carried by the Standards Ethics Committee. And any investigation that they do, they have to conduct under the code and submit its report together with its recommendations and conclusions to the House. The House may impose a sanction on the member where it is what? Considered necessary. It is a parliamentarians you have acted professionally, but you acted as toddlers, you acted as students, you acted as you were under training. Meanwhile, you are not under training. You people are not under training. You cannot tell me that you are under training. But they acted otherwise, not according to the code or standards. So, the Standards Ethics Committee have to investigate. And the code also says again, that at every stage, as a member of parliament, who breach contract, and so who cooperate for the investigation. So at this point, I think that Ghanaians are looking forward to see or to hear something from what the Standard Ethics Committee, either from the IGP, because they destroyed public resources. I heard this morning Nana Kwabena Mintah on the Sheriff mentioned that the IGP has to act fast and call these people. And that is what I also think. What they did wasn't right. It is not the norm. It is unusual. And it is even unusual. It is not called for. And it is something that is not expected from these caliber of people. You do not expect something from these people. The university students being here, I mean, it is understandable, they are under training. But you can't tell me what's happening I mean, there is no call for. You can bring your comments and